so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Yeah.
Welcome to Omnibus Roundtable television show. We are here at the Truth radio station on 87th Street, and I'm telling you, this is a great place to be. I have seen more people that I know at this station in a long time that I've seen a long time anywhere else, so I know this is going to be the place to be in Chicago. Welcome to Omnibus Roundtable television show. I want to introduce you to my co-hosts. Starting to my left,
Apostle Jean Lockie,
and then to my far right,
Deborah Smith,
and to my immediate right,
Glenda Fulton.
and we are all here to talk with you about what's going on in politics in Chicago. I mean, hey you all, you know the mayor is not running again. So that has opened the door for more than 9 people that want to be the mayor of Chicago. Now, what's that all about? All of a sudden people just start jumping out the box, they want to be the mayor of Chicago. Well, let's talk about who we think should be the mayor of Chicago and why.
Me? I was just getting ready to say.
Hey! Everybody want to be the mayor. Okay,
Why not?
So if we all want to be the mayor, it must be because we have something to offer the people.
Yeah.
The truth.
The truth. That's the name of the station.
That's
right.
right. Fairness. Wanting to see our city actually have what it's supposed to have. Not everybody, it's almost like saying when a person was dating, the man, he come to the woman and he say all of the right things because he was raised with all of the women in the house, so he know the right things to say.
Yes.
But that's the same thing that I feel in regards to the politicians, is that you say all of the right things until it's time.
And then when it's time to, when you're in the office and it's time for you to step forth and do things for the people, by the people, of the people, then you forgot who put you in office.
And make sure that you include the people.
Yes, that's
Actually,
correct.
they just don't really know what it is until you get into that position, what you can and cannot do.
Okay.
And there's so much with politics. Of course, you're gonna say what you want to get there. You know, you want to put on your Sunday best to get there. But once you're in there, you realize, oh, my skirt is a little twisted. Maybe I need to straighten up. Oh, well, I can't straighten it up because the hem is cocked right. So there are challenges, and yes, I was definitely being facetious when I said I could run for mayor. I could run for mayor, but I would not want to put myself in that position. I am not qualified, as well as a lot of people who run
I'm not
qualified.
Yes.
But because of the glory that it brings, that's what they want.
So let's talk about what makes a person qualified to be the mayor of Chicago. I mean, so this person should have some knowledge about Chicago and the politics that are employed here in Chicago. This person should have some prior experience with working with politics in order to know what they can and can't do. And they should have the people at the center of their decisions about whatever they're going to do for the city of Chicago.
They should, Wanda. However, you got to remember too, some things have been planned already, and some of those plans implement still out through whoever that next mayor come in that office. But I'm like you, we still need to be able to have us as the people in the middle of it all.
Yes.
Why can't you come to the community and ask our opinion?
Yes,
That's true.
customer service, customer care, organizational skills, being a leader and being a listener, and an effective leader and a listener.
And
You know what? The one thing that I see, and I really don't like stay wrapped up in that because to me it's just a bunch of mess. But one of the things that I feel is, even when you were saying, Wanda, about them having the knowledge of Chicago and those things, that's all great. And even some individuals probably do have that. But even with the knowledge of, it's the concern and really wanting to turn it about. But many get in there just, I think that was you, Deborah, that was saying, for the power, for the recognition. You know, I've watched a person, and I say no names, being one of the most sweet, to me, like an angelical young woman who got into politics, and then all of a sudden, her whole
demeanor change.
yes. I'm not gonna mention no name. But I will say, no, if you want to know, I'll tell you in private, but I'm not gonna do it over the air. I won't do that.
Right.
But my thing is that you see people that come in with this mindset, and maybe their mindset is real in regards to doing, but once you get into the enemy's camp, then you're starting to do what the enemy desires for you to do. You really don't have that power and authority.
So I see in this upcoming race, we have people like the clerk of the circuit court, Dorothy Brown.
Dorothy Brown.
She was an excellent clerk of the circuit court.
I
I wonder why she is wanting to leave that position that she runs so well to come to be the mayor. I mean, I'm sure she's qualified. She's probably the most qualified of all the candidates.
Because she probably thinks her reach could go even further.
Sure.
You know, what she's
What she has
done
done,
as in her position.
Yes,
Now, she's been in that position for quite some time.
yes.
And now is the time, the perfect time for her reach to go any further. I'm just afraid that you have so many persons who do have that education and that work experience in the system that they're going to split up all the votes.
I think that's the strategy. Somebody might have
But
planned this
we'll
whole
miss
thing.
out.
Well,
Then we'll
sisters,
miss out.
at this hour, sisters, do we know, we heard that Preckwinkle might be putting her hat in the ring, so do we know at this hour yet if she has or not?
I
Because
don't
that would
know.
be a
I don't
concern. I
see
think
her
if
on
she's
the
running the
list.
county, I think it would be nice to keep running the county.
As of 5 hours ago. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, you see, so
So we have individuals that's coming. My reason would be, what is the real reason for wanting to be the mayor of Chicago? And why is it so many people? Looking at this, it says candidates for Chicago, mayor face tough path to ballot, City Hall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people?
it's probably more than that
And it
today.
may be because, what were you saying, Deborah, 5 hours ago, what, somebody else?
I think
wanted to be
she's in. As of 5 hours, I'm looking at a news feed from 5 hours ago.
Okay.
And she's on the list.
Okay, so what is it that Chicago has, or what is at stake that is making people do? Because a lot of
Money
times
and
it's
power.
money.
But look, Preckwinkle is over the county. The county's
But
budget is far bigger than the city's
So
budget.
if I was, just say, if I was someone that was over 25 million and I'm greedy, don't you think if I can get over something that's 50, 100 million,
But
I'm not gonna want that?
I'm saying she's already over the county. The county has a larger budget than the city.
Yes, but
It's
the
probably
county,
something
there are so many entities as part of the Cook
Right.
County
Of
that are
course.
trying to alienate themselves from the city of Chicago. There are even politicians that want to split up the state of Illinois
Okay.
and have Chicago area an entity of its own,
And
its own
independent.
state.
And can we also understand that we don't know everything? Because they sit at the table and they talk. So you got this pack over here, that
Yes,
pack over
that's
there. And even though they may know the little things that we don't know, they're discussing stuff. And then they bring it out. See, that's the reason why
Making deals and stuff.
yeah, they paticate us for a while. It's almost like electronics. They wouldn't give you, if you think about it, the government is what, probably 10 years in advance, and they give you
Right. No, they're more like 20 years.
Okay, it might be 20. I mean, but think about it. Back in the day when I was a little girl, I'm 52. Back in the day, there was a cartoon that was, what was the name of that cartoon when they was flying all over? The Jetsons.
The Jetsons.
Now, how do they know about the looking in the
Way
TV
back
and
then.
doing all
They
that?
knew because
That
they
means
were
that
already
advance was
planned. That's
already
right.
there.
That's right.
And so now they give you a little something. People get these cell phones and they think they're doing something, but the technology is way in advance. Why do you think they keep going to the moon? So what happens when it comes down to our candidates? The thing is, what is the backdoor discussion?
Oh, and they are definitely, you know, you and I are very familiar with some backdoor discussions.
Oh, some backdoor
coming from
discussion.
a suburban intellect.
And that's why I got away from it.
As well as I.
Well,
Let me just go over the list
All
again as of 5 hours ago.
Okay.
Dorothy Brown, and it's all alphabetical.
Okay.
Jerry Chico, Bill Daly, Amara Inyaya, Jamal Green, John Kozar, Troy LaRivie, Lori Lightfoot, Gary McCarthy, Tony Pretwinkle, Matthew Roney, Neil Sales Griffin, Paul Vallis, and Willie Winston.
All
Did I
right.
hear you say daily?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
You know what?
No.
I mean, look, the Daly family has ran this city for a zillion of years. So I'm just hoping that we are open enough
Ran
to...
it and sold it.
That
That's
we
right.
are open enough to the fact that we know we don't want to go that way again.
But some
Not
people are
that way
comfortable with
again.
them. Some people are comfortable with that lineage, and they would vote because of that, because of the experience that that family brought on that just alone. That's why it's so important that we educate ourselves on who the people are and who to vote for. Don't vote necessarily for somebody because their name is familiar
Or they look like you.
they look like. For you want to know the different candidates and who they are, what they stand for.
That's right.
And listen to them, pay attention to them, because just like Trump said, this is what I told you. I worked the system, and that's all I'm doing. And he is so right. He worked the system.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he did.
But just think about this too. Out of all, I don't know how many names that you mentioned, but out of all of those names, the only one, I think there's about 3 people that I'm familiar with as far as their name is concerned. So who are these people and what is their purpose? I mean, after all, I think I've probably said that about 5 times since we've been on the air. But that's the thing. Who are you and what do you want?
And maybe we
And
need to call them to the table and
really
ask.
care?
Yeah. Now,
Do
did
I
I
mean
hear,
our votes really matter?
did I hear her say, did you say LaShawn Ford also?
He said
No,
that.
I didn't see him in there, and I thought he was a part of that.
Well, maybe
Last week I thought he was, but maybe that was just someone's wishful thinking.
didn't he announce or did he not?
He's not on this
Well,
list.
I'd like to ask another question.
Okay.
How is a city that's so broke, but yet and still out of everything, no matter who gets in, the city never still don't have no money, but we can build and we can do all these things, condos going, maybe it's something
Pay
that
off
I'm
these
ignorant to
lawsuits.
or whatever.
Because they're not broke, just like corporations,
That's
they
what I
close
said.
down. Corporations close down, not because they're broke, but because they're losing money.
Exactly.
And so they have money.
Right.
There is money there, and the money is allocated for certain things already. It's already predicated. So we're not broke. We just choose to
Spend the
have
money
people,
like we want to.
exactly.
a lot of
People
time.
in office,
Mhm.
they have their own passion,
Exactly.
and that's where it goes.
But what I'm saying is, why say that? Because you don't want the people to know, well, we got it. You see, why you don't think you see us down on Wacker Drive, or living in a box. You know, I mean, you could do what you do. So that's just like saying, if I was to tell somebody right now I was broke, I'd be lying. Because if I have $5, I'm not broke. I have $5. I may not have a whole lot of money, but I'm not broke. Broke means you don't have nothing.
Right.
So my concern is that I don't have a problem with families wanting to look after their families. But what about the other families that voted for you or the other families that's dependent on you? So it's not just your family. You know, Lil Ray Ray, I would want to see Lil Ray Ray have a job. I would want to see Lil Ray Ray do better. But I also want to see Lil John John down the street.
That's
Just you know what, I found that if you are in the room with the conversation,
Come on now.
then you are a part of that. You have your hand in that. And I learned that again from the suburbs where the politics was small and I was able to, be in the room. And I learned, just like in when you go to PTA and school boards,
Yes.
you got to be there.
That's
when you
right.
go to the school, if you go to that school on a regular basis, your child is not being mistreated
That's
by
right.
anybody.
That's right.
Because they know you are there and they want to help you. They want to do what they can. But so if you're not there,
Then they get to do whatever they want to do.
The
they
action.
do
But part of it,
action.
but part of the time too, even though you may be present, there's that one-on-one in the back.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yes.
yeah, you know, I know we said this, but
Right.
we're gonna do this and
Right.
we're gonna add this in.
Right.
And so all of that. And so the people are in limbo.
Yes.
And the people are tired. They just, like you say, they go with the norm. But even going with the norm is not beneficial.
it's not.
Not
So
at all.
stop going with the
Not at
norm.
all.
So now we have, you mentioned that Paul Dallas was running. He was
Yes.
the former Chicago Public Schools CEO.
Yes,
Now he's back.
yes.
And he
What?
wants to run for the mayor of Chicago.
Jerry McCarthy is back.
See,
And he was fired from the police department, right? Come on now, come on. These folks have been here before, and now they're back, and they want to bring their systems back. They want to bring their strategies back. They want to see if we will allow them to run for the largest position in the city. For what?
Okay, so you know what my other problem is? Why is it that we can't just do what we need to do? You spend so much time talking about the next
Right.
person.
Where's the
When you
action?
need to be really spending that time and going to the drawing board and making sure that if you are elected, you're going to do what you're supposed to do. But we want to sit there and bash. People already know what that person did and didn't do. And so you have the commercials, you know, and you're saying, well, this person did this and that person did that. Okay.
Let's talk about what you gonna do.
Right.
Now, what are you going to do?
well, like you said, sister, the plan has got to be that you have a plan and make sure you're designated,
Designated.
designate different things that you know you're specifically gonna look at and do.
Yes.
And
That's
I'm
what I
like,
like.
I'm not concerned about what he, she, or whoever did. I need to be accountable for me, Glenda, and make sure that I'm saying whatever the ABCs or whatever it is, I'm gonna help my folks get done. And yes, I want them to be involved in getting it done, not just because they voted for me.
Right.
But you know what? We should have a voice at all times at the table.
Well, that goes right back, I believe that was you, Deborah, who was saying in regards to doing the research. We need research the person. Who are you? What did you do? What good have you done to say that you could bring that good in? What is it that makes you so important or so valuable?
Or any different
Or any
from
different from the others?
Well,
You
we
see what
have
I'm saying?
already.
Because if you're talking about that person and you
Bashing them.
right, then I look at you as a person that has no integrity, a person
Thank
that you know what I'm saying, that you just like to keep up drunk.
Yeah.
And that's what people like. You know, when you find somebody, just think about it. If I talk about Deborah to you, Wanda, and then I go away, you're
Right.
not going to think that I might be talking about you when you done something to the next person. Of course you won't think that.
Absolutely.
It'll be like, look, if you talk about me, I know you will. So what is it? Where's the integrity? Where's the loyalty? Where's the commitment? Where's those things? And that you have been loyal and committed and honest to or whatever, then how can you bring that over?
Well, look,
Yes.
I think that we need to call each person that's running for this office to the table. I mean, literally invite them to the show and let them tell us why we should vote for them.
And then give me something with black and white and black on black and white
That's
paper.
right, that's
And
right.
if you gotta sign it with your blood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's start with
let's do that.
Amara Inya.
Okay?
Now who is
She's
that?
from Austin. She's an attorney
Yes, she is.
and a
She's
policy
on-
consultant.
She's on a radio show every day.
Yes, I've
Is she
heard her
VON?
speaking.
She is.
And I would like to get her input. And
Yes.
I would also like to debunk some of these commercials.
Yes. Please.
Because
Yes, ma'am.
some folks saying one thing and then the people
Doing
they
another.
saying it about, they coming back and say, that's not what I said.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. So, and I'd like to get Jamal Green.
Yes,
This
I would
young
like me
man,
too.
this young man, he's 22 years old, Southside native. This making him the
Yeah,
second
right.
youngest candidate.
Yes,
He's the
he is.
second youngest candidate and prominent figure in Chicago's Black Lives Matter organization.
Okay, so
Now, you know what Black
so
Lives
this is
Matter
the one,
does.
yeah, but But my thing is, do you have a backbone?
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
if you don't have a backbone and you're letting people get in your ear or threatening you on this, or you gotta do this, or if you don't have a backbone, then it doesn't matter
We don't
how
want to
well-rounded you are. Because if you're not strong enough to say, look, I ran and this is what I told the people and this is what is going to happen, then hey, I'm not doing anything other than that. If you're not going to be a person that's going to do that, then you still ain't no good. I don't care how good.
So
you know?
what makes you say that? Are you talking about him?
I'm talking about anybody.
Right.
And what made me even say that is because you think about it. Why wouldn't I, especially if I'm not right, why wouldn't I take somebody clean that got a good record, that has the positive, put them out there, but I already got my mindset of what is going to happen. Now look, I helped you get in the office. I know, but this is what's going to be. And then brainwash you into having that mindset of filling your pockets.
Yes.
You know, this is what I can do. And then we can carry you on this, that, and the other. So I can see the clean slate. I'm fine with that. But I've been in this. I ran for office in Harvey, Illinois. So when you get done, that is the reason why I don't deal with it, because y'all full of it. We're just gonna keep it real. Your whole mindset. So when you get done, I done dealt with the best of the best.
Right.
In regards to saying one thing and doing something else.
Yeah.
And so when we get done, are we going to have in the city of Chicago, are we going to have somebody that's going to get in there and do what is needed to be done?
That is our job, to make sure that we research these people and then we vote for somebody who's going to represent us.
Go to those meetings once we put them in.
We can research these people and they can have a clean slate. It ain't about them, who's backing them, who's in their ear.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
I've got another concern. If Dorothy Brown or Tony Preckwinkle, they have to resign their positions,
then
who's
who's
going to
getting
step
that
into
seat?
their position?
That's what I was saying earlier.
And I wanted to say that to the board. I'm sorry for cutting you off. If she said, and you were saying, Wanda, that it would be, good because of what she has done and this, that, and the other. But who is she grooming?
Right.
That's
And what if she does not win the mayor?
Then it's gone. Her seat is
She
gone.
lose her place too?
Exactly.
She loses her
She
place.
can't slip back into,
Yeah.
unless she runs again,
Yeah.
because those are elected.
Opposition. Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you get out, you lose. That means you get neither one. So that means we may get, a bad seat in this area and in this one?
That's true.
And I wonder, do that apply to all of those different positions? Just say, for instance, that we did say that we thought we heard the name drop of LaShawn Ford. So if he ran for mayor and he lost, do he keep that state representative position?
I doubt it. I don't know.
I don't know
We have to
either. I
find
don't
out.
know the dynamics of it, but I think it would
That's
be
the
good to
question
know
that
and
we
something that we really
come
should look
back with.
into. Right, I would like to see come back with someone can answer that. So I'm like you all, at this point, let's start to invite some of these people out to, let's see what the agenda they plan.
Let's bring them out to Omnibus.
You know.
Let's talk to them.
Yeah.
Let's find out what's going on. Let's find out why is it that you think you would be the best mayor of choice? And tell us why, and then tell us what you've done to prepare yourself for this, and what you intend to do once you get in that
What's your
position.
intentions?
What are your intentions?
And listen to them.
Yeah,
we have to
absolutely.
Listen to what they say and how they
And
say
watch
it.
their body language when they saying it.
Right now, sisters.
Ooh,
Right
man.
now.
All
And
right.
I think we need to start that very soon to start to invite. I think we need to do that when we leave this.
Well, let's
session.
do that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, whatever
Now-
the first four you want or however you want to take it, I think we need to get started.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all agree to that?
We're on a mission.
We are.
So, whatever happens, that's what happens, but to be on a mission to say, we're looking for someone, and those of you all, whether you hear it or you don't hear it, those of you all who know it or you hear, share with them too. But it's of an importance that we lose the mindset of always wanting to gain and gain and gain financially, but to be able to gain to a point where we are allowing ourselves to have a better community, a better city.
Yes.
That's the thing that
It's
should
where
be.
we live.
I was going to ask you, what are we really trying to gain?
And
How
so
sustainable
where we
is
live,
that
right.
gain?
How you gonna let somebody come in your house and throw trash on it? and you're not saying anything. You just
Yeah,
right there.
that's true.
And to come around before we run out of time, I want to encourage everyone to not only educate yourself with who's going to be in office, but don't go get out there and vote.
That's right.
If
Go
you gotta
vote.
pick somebody up, you know what? I'm in a situation where I never know when I'm traveling, or I never know when I won't be able to leave my office
Right.
to go vote. So
You vote ahead of time.
I vote early.
And that's what we should do.
But I don't vote often. I just vote early.
Well, I put it to you
But
like
just
this.
figure what you said right quick too. Not only that, make sure we're not only just listening to what the platform is supposed to be. We got to get out there at those meetings and make sure what they're saying.
That we know.
Right.
That's right.
And I don't vote for nobody I don't like, so I haven't voted in a while.
You got to vote. You got to vote.
If I don't
We got to
vote,
keep the
you
younger
in the
generation
You in the
encouraged.
office, and you in the office, I'm not gonna vote for you.
See?
Well, I'm going to write my name. So you can write
No, but I
my
was
name.
going to stop at
You know what? That's almost like saying just adding to. Well, I'm gonna go. Well, you seem to be the best. No, you not. You lying. I don't like what you did. You know. So if I'm gonna vote for you, then I'm really gonna take the time out to go and vote. I'm
Let me
not
tell
gonna
you,
vote
You know what
just to
the
say I'm
interest
gonna
is,
vote.
if
I'm
you
gonna
don't
for
vote at
somebody.
all, how does that?
You did vote. If you don't vote,
Don't
you
have
have
to
to
do
vote.
it.
Can I tell you something? Whether I vote or not, think about this. If you're gonna win, if this person is going to win, then they win. But why would I vote for you and I don't want you in office?
Well, why?
You don't like I'm gonna vote for you and I don't want you in office.
Sister, I wasn't gonna write anything of this. I'm gonna put a title on it.
Jesus.
These ladies are being bad. They're being bad. They're not.
And I ain't telling nobody
We
else.
got 5 minutes, so we got to
Yeah,
clean up our
I'm not
act.
telling nobody not to vote. I'm just saying, let's vote for the one that we really truly believe in.
But let me say this. I was a judge at the last election, and let me tell you,
Did you get paid?
I'm not going to go there.
That's right.
Not
Just
many
tell them
people,
about that story.
not many seniors came out, and very few millennials came out. So I want to do whatever I can to make sure that the seniors come out and the millennials come out. Because guess what? They should have an opinion.
Yes.
And they should. But I think
Future.
the few that did come out, they didn't even know anything about the candidates. That's why I want to do this forum. They didn't know anything about the candidates. That, so how can they vote when they don't know who the people are?
Well, can I say this too? Why is it that if we vote somebody in, that when you don't do what you're supposed to do, we vote you right on out? Not the next time. You have, if they in for 2 years, I forgot how all that go. But it's just theoretically speaking, if you in for 3 years, I'm giving you a year to get it together. You gotta make it look like it's making sense. If not, then we need to be able to say, you're not fulfilling. If you go to a job and you're not fulfilling the
In
duties
90
of that
days,
job,
they let
don't
you
they
go.
let you go?
In
Won't
90
they fire
days.
you? Well, then we need to be able to have the same thing for those people.
Probation. Maybe
So
we're gonna put
all right.
probation law in there.
Probation. You want probation. And we're
Probation.
gonna give it to you 1 year. You better speak and move real quick.
Ooh, that means some of them, look, that means some of them old timers that's been in office forever and a day. They won't be
Yeah,
able
they
to do
gotta
that
move
anymore.
around.
They march for everything.
Well, it's time for a change of the guards as it is for me. This new millennium got to come on in there.
It's
How
time.
they're gonna
Yes.
help us. I got a birthday on Monday, 68. I don't want
You
to
don't
run
have
for
time for
anything.
that. Right.
You know, I want to see them run for it, and I want to be able to at least help to contribute where I can
Right.
with an understanding of
That's
a mind.
right. That's right.
You know,
Absolutely.
So that means we got to start cultivating.
That's
We
right.
gotta
Right
start
now.
That's right.
Right
That's
now.
right.
Because
That's
in
right.
spite of it all, we're gonna need a mayor, we're gonna need
Yes.
Aldermen,